Well, the crisis in Ukraine has caused an unprecedented rift between the US and Russia. The crisis has also significantly strained relations between Moscow and the European Union. It's widely believed that Washington is trying to drive a wedge between Russia and European countries, especially Germany. Ewald Stadler, who's a member of the European Parliament, told Press TV that a recent comment by a US strategist is proof of that strategy.
We
have to be very thankful to Mr. George Friedman for his unbelievably open and clear explanation. I was really amazed when I heard it for the first time, and I've listened to it many times. Friedman has made many interesting statements, but the statement point is nothing other than the fact that America would have a real problem if Germany, with its know-how and economic and financial resources, would cooperate with Russia, which sits on a huge raw material reserves. This is why Friedman makes it quite clear that it's in the interest of the US foreign policy to prevent this from happening. And that explains why the US policy tries to permanently pit Germany against Russia, especially with regard to Ukraine's crisis. Unfortunately, Ms. Merkel doesn't see it that way, but former Chancellor Gerhard Schröder perceived the situation clearly, and that's why he tried to free Germany from the paternalism of the United States and pursue a policy with Russia that's in the best interest of the Germans. And that led him to the end of his political career. This is because the US wields much influence over the German media. It's also known that well-known media representatives and think tanks have close ties with the NATO, and that's why the media campaign against Schröder cost him the election. And since then, Angela Merkel has pursued a policy with close ties with the United States. And I believe this policy has been in line with Washington interest and goes against the interests of the Germans. And it's high time German voters knew they're being misused for the sake of US interests and are set in opposition to Russia. But Germany, for the sake of Europe's interests, has to play a more neutral role in terms of policy and economy and has to have a more reasonable approach towards Russia.